Here's a few tips for you that maybe can help you sort of determine how you're doing in the course, and maybe what work is missing and what your marks are, and how to check rubrics. Because I'm thinking a few people maybe are still struggling with this component. So this is your student viewer, what it looks like. So underneath assessments here, you can find some valuable information in terms of assignments, grades, and quizzes. These three things will help you out tremendously. So for example, if you click on grades, this is going to list all the different items that have been marked. If something has a grade item, that means it's being marked. And they're all sorted by unit. So you can see here that for unit 1, it has all the different grade items listed based on, usually in the order that you were to perform them or to complete them, and then submit them. So if you look here and you have a 0 on something, that usually means that it was not submitted, and that work needs to be done. If you go and double check and you find that it was submitted, simply let me know. I'll go in and check on it, and if it's there, I'll definitely give it a mark. And if we're having issues in terms of work potentially becoming lost, it can help us to solve and track down that situation. So you'll notice here for all the units, it lists all the different grade items that exist, and this is like your checklist. This is how you're going to know what it is you have and have not done in the course and what needs to be completed. So one of the places you can go and look, so you notice that there's a 0 on something. Some of those grade items could be assignments. That means if you go into the assignment section here, you'll notice that anything that was submitted to a Dropbox folder will be listed here. And in this case, you'll notice that they're sorted by units once again as well. So you have all the information, you have the due dates for them, and you can see right here under this column where it says submissions, this will indicate if you've submitted something or not. So if it's still at a 0, it means that nothing was submitted. Now again, if you've got a 0 there, and then you have a submission receipt that you've received from the system claim that indicates you've submitted something to that Dropbox, then please let me know. Take a screenshot of that submission receipt, and then I can try to track that down and figure it out. So again, this tells you all the different Dropboxes that are required, and this will show you whether or not it's been submitted. It also shows you your score on it. The other important piece here is in the feedback section. So in most cases, I have rubrics tied to things, and what will happen is that marked rubric, it shows up and it says view, and so often you can click on the view, and it'll open up the rubric. The rubrics are usually quite specific, so meaning they match the different parts of the assignment. So if one part of the assignment needed more work, or perhaps it was missing, incomplete, it'll indicate that on the rubric. And I do believe in growth mindset, which means that you can fix up what was missing and you can resubmit it. Please make sure that if you do resubmit work, that you use a different color. So anything that's been added or changed, use a different color or bold it so it's very clear as to what's been redone. I'm going to stop actually marking resubmissions that haven't made it clear what it was that was added or changed. I just don't have time to be rereading everything that I've already marked once. Okay, so please make sure if you resubmit something, you make it very clear as what was added or changed. Another place that you can go and look is quizzes to see if things are done. So some of these grade items are tied to quizzes. The quizzes, again, will come up based on the unit that they're found in, as well as it then follows in order. So that's how the quiz section works. You'll notice there's 3 attempts allowed for all of these quizzes that are right here. The reason for that, again, I believe in a growth mindset. So if you maybe don't do quite so well the first time you complete the quiz, then feel free to go ahead and complete the quiz again. You've got up to 3 tries to get the best mark that you can possibly get on those quizzes. The other location which you would submit work to that gets marked is in the discussion area. You could go to discussions underneath communication right here, but the best place to go and check on your discussions actually is you would click on your name or your picture up here in the top right corner, and you click on progress. Progress is going to open up at first a summary page, but this summary page has links to all the different aspects of the course. So you'll notice in the progress here, it shows you the content, how much time you spent in it, your assignments, your quizzes, your checklists, surveys, and it also shows you your course access. So it shows login history into D2L, but it also shows the days which you actually logged in and accessed the course. So it's really important to make sure you're logging in. This is how I sort of check up on you and keep track of what you've been doing. Over here on the left side, though, for discussions, if you click right here on discussions, this will open up all the discussions and they're sorted by unit. It'll indicate how many topics there were or discussion items there were for each unit. and it shows how many threads that you've created. So what you would do is you click on these 4 topics right here. If it's been submitted, if it's been marked, there'll be a mark attached to it right here. If there is a mark, let's say I got 5 out of 10 here, and I was like, oh, what went wrong? If I click on details right here, my submission is going to show up. So it's going to show my submission, and it's also going to show my rubric with the feedback. So I would click on the rubric right here, which would be showing if I had a marked rubric, and then that rubric will then open up. And similar to the rubrics that are used for the assignment drop boxes, it indicates what was lacking, what was missing, and gives you an idea of what needs to be fixed up and resubmitted. So again, you're welcome to resubmit information to discussions as well. But once again, please make sure that you bold or use a different color for any information that you've changed or any information that you've added. So this should help you out in terms of trying to track down what work is complete, what work is not complete, what has and has not been submitted. And it will also allow you to contact me if you have submitted some work that wasn't marked. So you can just make me aware of that so that I can go track it down and give you the marks that you deserve. So don't be afraid to let me know if you have any other questions.